Social media was inundated with inquiries about who knew, who remained silent, and who cashed the checks anyhow. The claim that A-list celebrities and luxury influencers were paid to flaunt Hermes bags with full knowledge that the brand's French-made identity was smoking mirrors was only a matter of time before the focus shifted to the true gatekeepers of Hermes's global image. Not just passive wearers, but allegedly paid partners in the cover-up. When the average buyer was mortgaging rent to purchase a piece of European prestige, these celebrities were allegedly taking home 5- and 6-figure checks just to be seen holding a bag. This suggests that the image of craftsmanship, tradition, and exclusivity was purchased, and not just by the consumer. It was allegedly preserved through money transfers, hush deals, and PR coordination involving some of the most well-known names in Hollywood.
Of what someone's gone through, or even understood taking the time to listen to people more than maybe speaking and making it about yourself. And my compassion has just grown, and my empathy has grown on another level. You can't really judge.
This wasn't merely marketing. It was damage control with a well-known face. And it didn't end on Instagram. Kim Kardashian has long been associated with exclusivity, wealth, and status. And no bag better embodied that image than the Birkin. But now she's at the center of a rapidly escalating public relations crisis. Rumor has it that Kim K was one of the top-tier celebrities paid to restore Hermes' reputation after the crisis, according to internal leaks from the company's Asia-Pacific strategy team.
Got a lot of requests, do Hermes next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
In Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way. I have spent over $100,000 of my own money dissecting luxury bags, cutting them open, analyzing every stitch, every layer. Why? Because I had to know what made those bags so expensive.
These are pieces of artwork. These artisans train years and years to make one of these bags.
Fabrice is doing the last stitching on a Kelly bag. A Kelly takes around 13 hours to be made, depending on the materials that we make it. Our artisans, they need to do 4 years of training to be able to manufacture a Kelly bag.
While Hermes says, made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's not a quality issue. It's luxury brand washing.
Hermes, you guys, it's time to show off your factories. No, I don't want to wait to go on YouTube and watch a beautiful documentary. Show them off right here on TikTok. Let the world see. Okay, get like China. You gotta be ghetto about it. Just let people know.
It starts with 30 distinct cuts of leather and can take 20 hours to complete. 4 hours for just the handle. Put the finishing touches on a Kelly, the most difficult bag to build. Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
During her messiest and darkest period, she was allegedly sent limited edition bags with rare skins in exchange for silent loyalty. Even worse, some TikTok detectives said that Kim was informed by her fashion connections that the bags weren't actually made in France, but she still flaunted them, tagging the brand and maintaining the illusion.
You can continue to expose all of these retailers. Nobody's going to care.
I am about to crash.
Y'all would never catch me in nothing fake. No fake earrings, no fake bracelets, no fake shoes, nothing fake designer. It's going to be a no for me. Out.
The question that is blazing through fashion forums and YouTube comment sections is whether she flaunted those bags as a victim or as an enabler of the very illusion that made her a target. This is the most shocking part of all, as she is about to testify in her Paris robbery case, in which the stolen items were, you guessed it, Hermes.
It requires a lot of skill to turn it and get it on the right way.
Il y a des bouchées, des bacs plus 4, 5, 6, on en a.
Does anybody have the Louis Vuitton from China?
De l'entrée, on me donne des morceaux de cuir jusqu'au moment où je vais avoir livré ma pièce. Je veux pas qu'on reproduise un geste de façon indéfinie en se disant bon bah je fais toujours ce même geste et je pense qu'on est vraiment là pour apprendre un métier et pas des tâches.
And if Hermes believed that this story would go away quietly, she isn't the only one being called out. TikTok had different ideas. Video receipts of stitching procedures, batch codes, and shipping records demonstrating large exports to Italy for relabeling have been dropped by whistleblowers, some of whom identify themselves as former guanga plant workers.
I need you people to wake up and critically think and stop believing this shit that you see on TikTok, okay?
You mean to tell me you believe that this man is making your Birkins in China? If he's a Birkin artisan, then I'm an astronaut.
These short videos, which have received over 10 million views on various platforms and are supported by independent dupe detectives and fashion insiders, are getting even messier. In one viral video, a former production line supervisor claimed that Hermes sent post-candle media kits directly to celebrity PR teams.
It's made in China. I can get that for $12. Go outside and touch grass. Some of you guys feel like this is your moment to shine and you can finally stick it to people that buy luxury goods without like even fact-checking anything about any of this information that you're being fed from these factories or people with these TikTok videos which seemingly have false information, everything from pricing to the bags. Like, I just don't understand.
When asked where their bags came from, people would often respond with rebuttal statements, evasive explanations, and clever hashtags. TikTok didn't let that get past them, and now there are dozens of side-by-side comparisons going around that feature identical captions used by celebrities like Kim Bieber.
This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Have y'all seen that TikTok by the Chinese guy exposing how luxury goods are actually made? The only real difference? China ships the products to Europe, slaps on a made in France or made in Italy label, and boom, luxury? It's ridiculous.
My point is, I think it's crazy how designer brands have been selling things for thousands when China sell them on and literally they're so cheap. If the Chinese manufacturers are making the same, like the actual Birkins, and then they are also selling these on the side as well, technically this is an absolute fucking bargain because it's the exact same material as a Birkin.
Cardi B, the question now is not if celebrities were engaged, but rather how far the cooperation went. Hermes isn't taking the fraud charges sitting down. They're lashing out hard during the same week that the whistleblower reports initially went public.
And a Louis Vuitton that they got at the designer store, because I need to see a side-by-side. I have to know if there's any discrepancies or any differences, or is it the exact same thing? Because I'm starting to feel ripped the fuck off right now. I got a closet full of this shit that I paid thousands for, and you're telling me it's all been made in China and I could have just gone straight to China and gotten this shit? It just can't be the same. It cannot be the same. And if it is, damn, we all got played. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us. Seriously, please don't tell me I got played. I refuse to believe that there's no difference.
The classic corporate reflex of deny, deflect, and destroy the messenger was put into action by Hermes' legal team within days of the viral exposes from Chinese manufacturers flooding TikTok and YouTube, accusing several factories of defamation, copyright infringement, and unauthorized use of branding. However, this time, the script isn't going as planned because the manufacturers are now suing Hermes in a countersuit, and their claims are absolutely devastating. According to the countersuit, these manufacturers were bound by NDAs and contractually obligated to ship nearly finished bags to Europe, where they would undergo minimal alterations, just enough to slap a Made in France label on them. To maintain the appearance of complete French artistry, one factory director even asserts that they were given clear instructions by Hermes' European office not to use Chinese serial IDs or origin stamps. And that's just the start of an astonishing development. Screenshots from a group discussion for a luxury company that were purportedly validated by two well-known fashion journalists appeared on an anonymous fashion gossip website. The texts convey a state of terror. The method used by Hermes PR executives, who are coordinating damage control with elite celebrity publicists, uses celebrity allegiance as a buffer against criticism. Reframe the story to make the bags about prestige rather than controversy. They allegedly even offered a list of celebrities who were thought to be influential enough to help the business regain the trust of the general public. 3 names were brought up several times: Bella Hadid, Zendaya, and Kim Kardashian. Kim, as the preferred representation of well-curated riches. Bella is the worldwide runway powerhouse. while Zendaya is the immaculate Gen Z fashion muse. The messages detail coordinated exposure cycles, where these celebrities would casually debut Hermes items in street-tier shots, paparazzi strolls, or magazine spreads, all to drown out the growing noise online. It wasn't about authentic fashion moments, it was about crisis optics. But this strategy didn't just expose Hermes' playbook, it pulled the celebrities into the legal crosshairs. If the NDAs the manufacturers signed were also tied to celebrity promotional cycles, that means these stars weren't just holding bags, they may have been part of the system designed to hide where those bags came from. And that opens up an entirely different legal battlefield, one that could spiral into investigations around deceptive marketing, contractual violations, and even influencer fraud. So while Hermes wages war in courtrooms across Europe and Asia, they're also fighting on another front, a battle of trust perception and celebrity silence. But silence can't hold forever, especially not when whispers of subpoenas and influencer discovery requests are starting to float through fashion law circles. This is brand warfare, not just legal defense. And the harm is done if the next episode drags the red carpet directly into the courts. Millions of customers now believe they were duped into believing a falsehood. Instead of simply purchasing bags, people purchased a fantasy that Hermes had sold them and sealed with celebrity endorsements. Stories from regular people who saved for months, or even years, for a single bag, only to discover that the entire Made in France prestige was probably a show, are all over talk comments. These same people are now witnessing celebrities enter into paid partnerships in order to preserve the very illusion that defrauded them. Hermes' reputation is suffering, and the celebrity loyalty agreements that once supported luxury businesses are increasingly backfiring. Resentment is rising. Customers are requesting an apology, accountability, transparency, and silence thus far. But that silence is beginning to resemble guilt. Hermes is dealing with an existential crisis in addition to a PR catastrophe. If even one of these claims about celebrity payouts turns out to be true, it may lead to an enormous class action lawsuit. The entire premium, high-end, exclusive celebrity association model is being torn apart, and younger generations, especially Gen Z, are not going to be duped. TikTok alternative brands that are honest, ethically produced, and truly worth the price tag are increasingly being promoted by Reddit and YouTube artists. The most bizarre twist is that even influencers who were previously compensated to endorse Hermes are now covertly removing tags or publishing neutral articles. Some famous people may lose it. There is a developing belief that some celebrities, including Zendaya or Gigi Hadid, may speak out against the status quo in order to preserve their reputations or defend their own brands. If that occurs, the Hermes house of cards could burn instead of simply collapsing. According to insiders, the Hermes crew is already spiraling behind the scenes as the fashion industry braces for catastrophe. One phrase in a leaked letter purportedly issued to their top PR company said, "Prepare for brand fracture." What does that signify? Fashion journalists on Instagram Gossip and X accounts claim that this indicates Hermes fully anticipates someone to flip and is rushing to avoid it. Some luxury insiders assert that a secret vetting list is being used to determine whether celebrities might put the brand under strain, and that crisis consultants have apparently been employed to restructure heritage alliances or cut ties with any celebrities deemed a risk. Who do you think is at the top? Zendaya,